Welcome to another Jesse Rucinski show. Took a while off. I took a couple weeks after the Cayman trip. Man, I did the thing last week, but I guess that really doesn't count when you go from every day to, once. But yeah, I'm back, refreshed, did the brain some good. Take some time off. Things were going good. So let's take a couple extra days off here. Just take your time, keep your brain going good. But not going to get into a lot as it's been so long. Just things piss me off, like Stephen A. Smith. He pisses me off. We all know he pisses me off. I mean, I'm very clear about that in my regular life. He irritates me to no end. Like that's what he get paid to do. Paid pays. Who cares? But Tim Tebow getting signed and Cap still being unsigned is a sign of white privilege, eh? How about Tebow is never a distraction from anything? He's actually successful. He's a decent human being. He's not a giant distraction, bringing all kinds of extra chaos and stupid to an organization. He's talented. Oh, here's one. He went out and learned to play a new position because he knew he wasn't going to get signed as a quarterback. I don't know. Anything ringing a bell? I mean, Tebow is good. He wasn't like the greatest in the world, but he was good for the team. Did the word of God, lost his job, couldn't get back in, went and he did commentating. He went and played Major League Baseball for Christ's sake. And now here he is getting signed as a tight end to the on the team where his former coach is now coaching. There's no crazy distraction or anything that's going to follow him. I mean, let's think about this, people. Do you remember, let's say, not that long ago, when there was a certain quarterback who everyone's been saying is just getting put down because of the color of his skin? It can't just be because he's an ass. Can't have anything to do with him being an ass. Don't know how, but that isn't why. Nothing to do with him being a complete jackass. But the league set up this workout for him, and every team was going to be there. Everyone. Going to have people there to see what he could do. Everyone, like the league set it up. And then there at the last second, he changed where the workout was going to happen. Last second, so not everyone could then come and see him do it, just to make it all about him because he couldn't deal with they set it up for him to do it, and he turned into the all about him. I'm putting it here, this, that, and the other, running his suckle. Guess what? You're not that talented, and that's all you're going to do is just prove that you're a giant narcissistic asshat. No one's going to sign you. Sorry, you were good for that little bit there with Harbaugh. How bad were you after he left there, Colin? If I remember correctly, you kind of sucked. Sorry, not sorry. You were a dumpster fire. You were hot, steamy garbage. In fact, you were the juice at the bottom of a dumpster filled with like fish carcasses in this North Carolina heat. You're the juice that comes from all of that. I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. You just suck. You're terrible. And all you do is distract from things. And just piss everyone off. Like even when they gave you everything you ever wanted, everyone was going to be there, it was all set up, you were ready to go. You still had to screw it because you just can't help yourself. And idiots that are around you are letting you just bury yourself. I know no one's going to hear. He'll never hear this, but I mean, it's not really that hard. Like when they give you the opportunity, take it. When you don't, they switch everything around, inconvenience all these people that are coming to see you, so then most of them can't even show up to see your workout. Like you made it all about you, and you're a jackass. And that, my friend, that's why Colin isn't signed yet, but Tebow is, because Tebow is not a giant narcissistic asshat that, just pisses off everything that comes in contact with him, at least over half of it. Spewing up, wearing, beautiful things like, socks with, pig heads and cop uniforms and stuff. Just because he can't help himself. He has to be a giant distraction. He has to be an idiot about it. It's kind of made me happy to see that LeBron just got slaughtered, and then he proved how big of a pussy he was. I know. So much colorful language today. It's been a while. I mean, look at how many stormed off when they were getting mauled, and then well, there they are, out, boom, just like that. Talent starts going away. You just start trying to do everything else you can to get attention. And now where are both? One of them's unemployed, and the other one's out of the playoffs. Again, sorry, not sorry. You bring stupid upon yourself. Why am I supposed to feel bad about that? Because I'd like to know, you know, what I'm supposed to feel. Sorry for you in that situation. Because, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. You bring all this on you. I don't feel bad for you. And I don't think a lot of people do feel bad for you. But Stephen A., that's why he's not saying it has nothing to do with white privilege. It's the fact that Colin Kaepernick is a narcissistic asshat, which would just be a giant distraction on and off the field because he just can't just shut up and play football. Wait, because he can't play football. Prove that a lot there at the end once Harbaugh left. And yeah, and Tebow's a decent, God loving, God fearing, whatever you want, a human being who's a plus for morale and all that, and put in the works, learned a completely new position and bulked up a little so he could keep playing. Because he knew he wasn't going to make it as an NFL quarterback anymore, this day and age, that age. Like, I don't understand why it's so difficult to understand that. I mean, it is me we're talking about, so yeah. I am easily distracted at times. Never gonna try to ever deny that. Yeah, memory isn't the greatest, but yeah, that's why. Because Tim Tebow is not a scumbag. Goes a long way in this world, just being a decent, honest, non-narcissistic pile of garbage. Call me crazy, but it does go very far, at least in my world and in my eyes. Who wants a narcissistic ass wagon running around just pissing everyone off and causing, stirring all kinds of pots that don't need to be stirred just for the sake of running their so-called because they're a talentless hack. Just say. It is what it is, though. Then we can move on to Kamala Harris, who, before we get into the big one, because it really pissed me off. And how about her staff insisting that the main drivers of the migrant surge, the southern border, like Guatemala and all that, are climate and the economy. Even though the president of Guatemala blamed the change in U.S. administrations for the crisis, like they're still trying to blame it on everything else that has nothing to do with anything they were saying for forever. Even though all the other governments in the region, well, they seem to figure it out. They seem to pick up on these things. And again, she's not that smart. I always said she wasn't that smart. I mean, hell, look at the border still. No one's done a damn thing about it. Go back and look at how much hell was raised, like on day one, where Trump could do anything about the border crisis. Look what he's doing to people and all the gaff he took. Because there they all go, oh, well, it's this and it's that. Well, guess what? Those economies and the climate still suck down there. So why are the numbers 20-year highs, if not higher at this point? Because I haven't been looking under this new administration. Well, let's start during them, because you guys are running your suck hole. And tell everyone, come on in. They're going to come on in. Crazy talk. But don't forget her beautiful tweet. It summed up all of my feelings about her and all this talk that she always says, all these nice things she always says about America. Throw out the good quote. Everyone enjoy, your long weekend over Memorial Day. Let's never mention why we even have a long weekend. Why you're even in the position you are, you scumbag pile of dog shit, like waste of a human being. Vice President of the United States tells everyone to enjoy the long weekend. Doesn't mention, the reason Memorial Day is a thing or what it is. Just go enjoy your long weekend. Don't mention why we actually have it, because she doesn't give a shit. None of them do. They have historically, continuously, unequivocally proven that. But remember, the Orange Man was bad because the news said so. But, at least he, God bless America. God bless our military. God bless everyone. I'm just blame. He acknowledged why we have these holidays. And I saw a lot of people pissed off the fact that she didn't mention it. Enjoy your long weekend. How about you tell everyone why? You second in command. He ran on how much he loved the military and all of us so much, veterans. Maybe mention the ones that didn't come home. Maybe mention any of them. Just tell people to enjoy their long weekend and go and do absolutely nothing, because that's all you people have done is absolutely nothing. Executive orders, can't finish, just can't answer questions. Talks worse than me when I'm like really, really in. Don't worry, people, this is water. Turned a new leaf, at least today. But yeah, it was really, really sweet. Where it showed exactly what I've been saying this whole time. Everyone's been telling me that I was just crazy and I'm just a Trump supporter. No, you just don't like them. Yeah, I don't like them because they're shit human beings. Sorry. I don't like dumpster fires as human beings. And I say, I was in pretty terrible shape, let's say mentally, psychologically, all those fun things years ago, but I was never as big with dumpster fires. Everyone in leadership position, at least in that party, and a lot of the ones on the other side too. Like they're all dumpster fires. They're all piles of garbage. They're all just useless hacks that have been there for forever. Shouldn't be there anymore. But yet everyone keeps blaming the last guy that's in charge, even though he was there for 4 years, and the same clusters and idiocy has been happening for decades. All the people that are still running everything. They've been there for decades, to include the guy who's now president. They're 47 years as senator, right? 42, 47, whatever the hell it was. 30, like he was vice president 8 years, like he's been there for forever. And why did all these bad things that he called those systemic racism and all this, like all those policies were made by him, the tax code, him. Like all these things, like you were the one there doing it. And somehow I got told I was crazy all year, last year, the year before, like the whole time, screaming matches to people because they were that turned. I don't know why. When I hear stupid, I call it out, and then I get myself in trouble because I start yelling at people. But you know what? Sorry, I've read all the stuff they've done. I actually know what they did. I didn't listen to what the media and what idiots told me. I actually looked up stuff that they actually wrote, legislation that they sponsored and were part of, and signed off on, and all that, and all these things. And how about you turn off the media? Be surprised how much you can find if you actually, I don't know, look some shit up. Reading, it's not that hard. I know 4-year-olds that can do it. I know younger than 4-year-olds that can do it. I mean, doesn't necessarily come out, no, but are they comprehending? Yeah, they kind of are. Like there's kindergartners that have better reading levels than most voting aged adults nowadays, if that's what you want to call them. Not what I want to call them. I have another word for them, but I can't drop F-bombs on here no matter how much I want to. I'm sure I'll really slip one day. Like when I'm not talking to Heather, we drop a lot, she started it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit a bunch of those one day. So I apologize for all of you with your kids, but one day it's just bound to happen. I think I'm a lot better now than I was. Like I haven't nearly slipped all by myself in a long time, but it's going to happen sooner or later. And everyone just keeps yeah, it's because of this. It's not because of their policy. It's because of climate and economy. Like those countries have had garbage economies for forever. Why are we at this 2-decade highs? It's getting worse. Sorry, that has to do with the idiocy being perpetuated on America by the idiots that are in the White House and all their stuff right now, because they're just burying us as a country. No one even cares. So I'll just blame the orange guy. Hell, he's still getting more news coverage than anything that's happening in the world, to include Fauci right now. He's just as big of a scumbag in a toolbox, and as I always felt he was, and I again argued with people over that. But he is, can't fix it. Look at the amazing coverage that they're not getting. So ask yourself, who's the real problem around here? Is it the crazy leftist media, mainstream media, which just covers up all this stuff and you never hear about anything? Or is it people like me? Most people say people like me, but screw them. I know who I am. I know what I do. I know the research that I put into it. I actually look into things and research and use my brain before I speak. Unlike the vice president, who knows that all of those idiots are just going to follow right along with whatever they say, because they are the actual brainwashed hacks and sheep of the planet. That gets into last thing, least of these. When Jimmy Kimmel, he's I never got it, but he's about as worthless as a football bat. Just keeps getting, better. Jimmy Kimmel calling, the state of Florida America's North Korea. Why? Because people have freedom there and can do what they want and only let women play and females play, biological females play in female sports to protect the female athletes and get rid of critical race theory and all that garbage. The mask things, like he was on top, like he's been right on all these things. Like when they tried to shut him down, go after DeSantis for the way the vaccine's been rolled out and all, but like, yeah, be part of that. But we also did it with a bunch of these people too. So, like in all these retailers, like this is just the first part. So how do you actually tell the whole story? You sack of shit. Except he said it nicer than that because, well, he's still technically the governor. He's the governor. He can't go and tell reporters that they're heaping piles of shit. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. It's classy. See, like everyone says, oh, it's all on the right. Well, there's Jimmy Kimmel even going after them, saying it's America's North Korea. So people are like starving to death and eating dogs and like all kinds of stuff in Florida. I must have missed that. I know lots of people have very recently taken trips to Florida. Didn't seem very North Korea-ish. Seemed pretty free and awesome and outstanding and all kinds of good things, but sure as hell didn't look like North Korea to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe everyone on the left is just so full of anger and everything that they see people on the right doing good with all their policies and stuff and not just burying stuff and people's rights and taking it like everything away. Like Florida was like getting just bastardized since this all started, and look at their numbers and where they are now compared to some places that were completely shut down and all that, where no one did anything. All the cover-ups and all the bad policy, like it's I don't know, maybe I'm just out of my mind, but yeah. Jimmy Kimmel. At least we know he's officially gone. Hell, like look how gone he is. Look like Bill Maher. I'm a free college. Like he ain't paying for that. Like when he's coming around. There's some that are just stuck. I don't know if that's how they really feel. They just know that they like their paychecks. They have to keep running their suck all about some garbage. But yeah, like they need to. He needs to check himself because he's just wrecking himself. And hey, I'll keep watching ratings tank on everything. It doesn't hurt my feeling. I mean, I'm not one of those people. I never watch late night shows or a lot of things, so I don't notice these. Like what everyone says. I just see what everyone talks about because, well, I got better things to do with my time than sit around and watch garbage television, which a lot of it's turned into, sadly. But yeah, good job, Jimmy. You get to be the jackass of the day. Good for you. Some bells and whistles and some other nonsense, something for you. But all that being said, sorry it's been so long. Again, just needed a break. Had the camping trip and started getting back into things. But I had to scrub stuff and just rearrange stuff and just do a bunch of stuff. And when I got done with that, I was like, screw it. It'll take a couple days at the end of it. Keep myself right. My brain is super, super duper. So it was worth it. I know y'all didn't miss me. So at least not the voice. I don't even miss my voice when I don't hear it. So it's good though. I needed it. I appreciate all that. Don't forget, like, share, comment, follow whatever platform you're on. Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Overcast, all those. The sponsor there at Anchor will appreciate that, and I'll get some on the side. For your listen from them. They'll spread their name out there. Videos, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, all again, everything's under the Jesse Rucinski Show. So, comment, like it, share it out. Sharing it out helps me. It gets it out there. Free advertisement is great advertisement, but I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me have a couple of weeks off. The brain needed it, but I'm recharged and ready. Tomorrow we'll get into some deep, heavy stuff, or we'll just see what someone says to piss me off between now and then, which I don't know if you guys have been around lately, but they're really, really good at pissing people off. Really good. Outstandingly good. So we'll see. Tomorrow comes, but Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other. And like always, my friends, till tomorrow, have a good rest of your night. Peace.